bottom line number, it's nothing to write home about. So that's kind of more bad news, really. I don't know why I keep going there. Excuse me. Yeah, that's kind of more bad news. But it is at least $1. So if everything else had lined up, we would still be a go at this point. And this is step number 6, which I left out at the beginning. We want to see how many Google advertisers there is for this keyword. We want at least 5. 10 is great. And how we figure this out is just by looking at the Google page. And we'll go back to the page, clear this out, hit search, and we just count them up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So there's 12 people advertising for this keyword. So that's great. That's a positive. So if everything had lined up, this would have been the final step to say, yeah, it's a go. And this is actually one of the more important steps, because if there's nobody paying Google to advertise, there's no money for you to make with Google AdSense. There has to be advertisers for us to make money. So if you're researching a keyword and you don't see any advertisers over here, or you just see 2 or 3, there's not enough money there for you to make. There's not enough people there advertising so their links can show up on your website. So this is a biggie. When there's not a lot of advertisers advertising for a keyword, you don't want to go after that keyword whatsoever, because there's no money for you to make with Google AdSense. So here's our final step. What we normally would do is look at our profit projection for the keyword, because we want to know how much money is possible before we go create content, build a website, and start marketing for the next 3 months. We want to know that there's going to be a pot of gold at the end of the rainbow, at the end of the road. So to do that, I have a little equation for you. I know it looks kind of complicated, but I'm going to walk you through it. So what you want to do is take your SVE and multiply it by your rank percentage. Each position on the first page of Google gets a certain amount of traffic. You can look up different articles on this. The numbers are always a little bit different, but I found an article that's pretty close to what I see in my own sites. So you take that percentage of traffic that you would get, let's say if you were number 1, and you divide it by 30 days, and that's going to give you your daily visits. Then you take your daily visits times your CTR, which stands for click-through rate. The average marketer has about a 5% click-through rate. The way that I organize my website and set up my Google AdSense links, I'm around 12% on my click-through rate, but the average is 5. Then you take your cost per click times 68%, which is what Google's going to pay us out, and that'll give you your Google commission. And then you take your clicks times your Google commission, and that'll give you your daily revenue. So I'm going to show you, let's look at a real example from the keyword we've been studying here and researching. Our keyword gets 27,000 searches a month. If we were number 1, we would get roughly 56% of that traffic. So we're going to divide that by 30 days, and that's going to give us 509 visits per day if we were number 1. So you see why that number 1 spot is very what's the word? I'm losing my train of thought. Valuable. Yeah, valuable if you were number 1 for that keyword. So let's look at, if we got 509 daily visits per day at a CTR of 5%, we would be looking at 25 clicks a day. So 25 people a day will click on one of your Google ads on your website. Now, the keyword we know was $1.37 times 68% is going to give us 93 cents per click. So we take our 25 daily clicks times 93 cents, and that's going to make us $23.25 per day. Multiply that by 30 days in a month, and we're looking at a monthly income of $697.50 if we were number 1 for our keyword. Now, usually that's a pretty good monthly income for one website, but for what we would have to go through to capture the number 1 position for that keyword, it's not worth it. It's not worth it. I would not suggest targeting and building a website around that particular keyword. Maybe we could find some other keywords to sell the same product, but for that brand keyword, we're a little late to the party. So I wouldn't suggest trying to build a site around that. So our final grade for that keyword, that brand keyword, I would have to say is a C minus. The APR was extremely high. We're looking at around 4.5, 4.7 average. We want that under 3. 3 is kind of shaky. We can get under 2. We're really cooking. But our cost per click was low. It was just $1.37. The competing pages was well above a million. It was 10 million. And our profit average, $700 a month would be cool. But for what we would have to go through, how long it would take us to make it to the front page and then capture the first spot, it's too much work for just $700. So in my opinion, I would look for another product or keyword. There's just bigger fish to fry out there. There's tons of keywords that have a much lower APR average, a much higher cost per click, and much lower competing pages. So we just have to keep searching. But this is exactly why we do keyword research. A lot of people fail online because they do not do proper keyword research. If we had just looked at step number 1 and ran out and built a site, we would be doomed to fail. We would be spending months on marketing. We would be spending money on website creation. We would be spending money on content creation to end up failing. So that's why keyword research is so important. It tells you what keywords to go after, but more importantly, you learn which keywords not to go after, which markets not to enter into. We want to go into markets that are easy to rank, easy to get to the number 1 position on Google, and cost per click is high so that we can make a lot of money through Google AdSense. So this is a prime example of what not to do in this video. So I'm going to be showing some more videos with you, and we're going to find a good keyword, something that we can target and go after that's sure to bring us money and sure to have a pot of gold at the end of the road. So that's what you want to look for. So visit us at wordsofwealth.com. Find more training on keyword research and how to build a website and how to make money with Google AdSense. And we're going to get you straight. We're going to get you trained. We're going to give you this specialized knowledge so that you can go out, pick good keywords, pick good products, and make money with Google AdSense. So my name is Jevon Hayter, and all you have to lose is everything you want. I'll see you on the next video. Bye bye.